Brother is an absolute success. The contestants are going about their daily lives inside the house, which means they're doing practically nothing. In the TV studio, the team is so busy preparing for the elimination party that they don't watch the news. There's been a riot in London and several people have died. Soon, the city is placed under quarantine and no one can enter or leave the area. On the road out of town, Rick tries to call his girlfriend Kelly, but she doesn't answer. At that moment, he notices a couple with a child asking for a ride, so he stops the car. Back at the studio, a hen party is underway and many former contestants from the real show make an appearance. The news continues to talk about social unrest and some kind of infection, but no one pays attention. Producer Patrick receives a call from two special guests who inform that they can't make it because all the roads are closed. Patrick just yells at them and orders them to come anyway. The guest's driver stops the car when he sees a wrecked vehicle nearby. He takes a closer look and is shocked to discover the dead victim coming his way. Meanwhile, Patrick finally checks the news and learns about the riots at Newcastle Pool that included police officers being killed. He complains that today's show might be interrupted by a news update. Staffer Kelly wanders onto the set to learn more about the show's production. Her phone rings just as she's passing behind one of the house's mirrors. So the contestants wait. Patrick immediately yells at her, so Kelly declines Rick's call. As the phone continues to ring, Kelly runs up the stairs to the roof to finally answer it. Rick explains that the couple who met him on the road stole his car and now he's waiting for the train home. Kelly tries to explain that she is busy and cannot talk. Then he reveals that he knows she is cheating on him with work collections because she is trying to get a higher position on the channel. An argument begins, but the call suddenly cuts out and the phones no longer have a signal. The timetable board at the train station also does not work. Kelly goes back inside and discovers that no one has a signal. She searches for papers in an office and is approached by Danny, who is interested in getting involved with her. The news continues to show dire updates like fires spreading throughout the country. Despite this, fans still gather outside the studio. Avina's host, who also hosts the actual show, contacts the house and announces that Pippa's has been voted out tonight. On the road, the two guests drive as fast as they can because the driver has been bitten and they try to get him to get help. Since they don't have a GPS to find a hospital, they decide to take him to the studio since there's a doctor there. Minutes later, the driver dies as the car pulls up outside the studio only for him to open his now white eyes. Since no one gets out of the car, a guard approaches to investigate. He shines a flashlight at the window and finds a horrifying face. When Donnie's exits the studio to go to the store, he discovers one of the guests eating the guard. It turns out that the zombie apocalypse has arrived. While Davina welcomes Pippa into the studio for an interview, the production team notices that the news channel has lost signal outside. The zombies in the car find the crowd of fans and start attacking, causing everyone to panic and run. Several fans are bitten and soon there are more zombies in the area. Terrified, Danny runs to the control room, but the zombified guest knocks him down and kills him. The team also panics and starts running. Patrick heads down the hallway and closes the door, leaving a coworker to be killed by a zombie. He enters the bathroom and pushes a person in a wheelchair to leave her as a zombie's footsteps while he hides in a stall. In her earpiece, Davina is confused as she hears screams. The contestants also hear the fans screaming and think they are just excited. Soon, the fans enter the studio looking for a safe place to hide and more zombies follow them. A creature jumps on Davina and kills them as well. One by one, the production team and former contestants are bitten and turned into zombies. Meanwhile, back in the house, the current contestants continue to party. In a back office, Kelly argues with an employee Donnie's had a past affair with. At that moment, the zombie Danny appears and jumps on his ex, killing her quickly. He then tries to get behind Kelly, who runs to hide in another office and pushes a cabinet to block the door. While Danny continues to knock on the door, Kelly tries to use the phone but there is no line. She turns on the TV and just finds one channel that works, but she barely hears anything about an attack before that channel also cuts out. After having a seizure, the Kellys fall asleep. The next morning, the contestants in the house still don't know what's going on in the country. Saul Space notices something. There was no morning alarm. They aren't reprimanded for forgetting their microphones and the confessional doesn't open. After seeing that the cameras aren't tracking him while he moves, Space tells the others that something is wrong. In the bathroom, Patrick waits for the zombie to leave. Pass is also transformed, but doesn't know how to use the wheelchair, so he can't move, which means Patrick gets out without any problems. He takes the hallway and finds a zombified Davina who immediately starts chasing him. Patrick runs to hide in the nearest room and finds Pippa, who has kept herself safe. Kelly wakes up in the office and looks out the window to notice bodies everywhere. The phones and TV still don't work, so she has no choice but to go outside with a pair of scissors in hand. She opens the door and goes outside to find Danny, still feeding on his ex. He sees Kelly and tries to chase her, so she hides in the office again, but Danny stops the door from closing. After some struggle, he manages to knock Kelly down, who starts to puncture him with the scissors. He doesn't die until she reaches his head. Next, Kelly runs down the hallway and is immediately found by a zombie who starts chasing her. Also, she runs down the stairs and manages to get out, locking the door behind her to stop him. But he grabs her ankle, so she has to kill him with the scissors. Kelly needs to take the keys from a body to hopefully steal a car, but at that moment, some zombies find her and start chasing her. She runs through a fence and locks it before returning to the studio. This time, Kelly enters the hallways connected to the house and sees the contestants discussing what could be happening around the corner. She finds a zombie feeding on a body that quickly comes